Welcome to Boundless Love podcast. Here it's all about next level approach to love, leadership, and intimacy. I am your host, Sofia Sundari. Welcome, beautiful listeners. In this episode, I will be speaking about something that has an incredible importance in my life. One of the key core concepts that my life is inseparable from now. You may have heard me speak about the incredible power of stepping into our innate gift, embodying this gift and serving from this gift. I believe that if we choose to be active in the world, if we choose to make our hands dirty here, if we choose to come into direct engagement with life, the only way to find true fulfillment is to live a life from this deep place of our innate gift. So many of us have tried creating and doing something because we saw it worked for somebody else. Sometimes we know a way has worked for us, and then we keep repeating that way, although it worked for the previous versions of us, not for the new versions. I wonder if you can recognize yourself in that, where you just keep doing the thing, and at some point, the thing that used to bring you so much joy and so much happiness is just no longer hitting the spot. And you keep trying, and you keep pushing, and you keep persevering because you have this memory of how it worked so beautifully in the past. The business model, the ways of marketing, following certain ideas in a certain way. We are so invested in doing and doing more that we may overlook something deeply, deeply, deeply important. Something that has to always come first. Something that is the number one key to success. It's here. It's in this question. Here's how it goes. Is what I am doing right now aligned with my energy and with who I really am? If yes, you are destined for success. There's no way around it. You are destined for success. If you really move from a place of fundamental alignment, you are destined for success. If not, you may still make it, but you are likely to feel very, very drained in the process. Because we can muscle through things. We can develop such an amazing willpower that we just push through all resistance. We break through all the barriers and walls, and we just do the thing and we achieve success doing so. But it drains us. It depletes us. And in reality, it should not. It doesn't have to. And you can choose that reality where it's not draining. You are destined for success when you are showing up in your innate gift, because it means that you are serving from your Dharma. Dharma is such a big concept. It is impossible to grasp it with the mind. That's the truth of it. Yet the essence of what it means is profoundly embedded into every human being's life. Bhagavad Gita is the book that explains the teachings of Krishna, the God Krishna, about Dharma. This book has 700 verses and over 700 pages. It's a huge book. You can read the whole thing and still not fully grasp what Dharma truly means. The meaning of Dharma can be summarized as divine assignment, or the sacred duty, the soul calling, or the supreme destiny. Because that's where you are headed when you live in profound connection with your Dharma. Dharma is the cosmic law that is expressed uniquely through every individual. Dharma is the meeting of the individual, the collective, and the cosmic. Who you are at the very core informs what actions you take to express that. And that informs the collective field, and that resonates in the entire cosmos and back. So when you move from alignment with that intimate place within you, your very, very core, and you move from that place, when you allow your actions to be informed by that place, when the actions don't come from the mind's idea of what is the right action, but when the actions come from deep within, it informs the collective field. This becomes your relationship with the collective field, and your relationship with the collective field adjusts and changes and dances with the essence of you. And when that is sustained, it then resonates into the entire cosmos and back to you. In Buddhism, Buddha's teachings are referred to as Dharma. His teachings are on the supreme nature of reality. His teachings are about the true nature of existence. When you surrender to the divine, you attune to the supreme nature of reality. You are carried. And this is what Dharma means, that you lean into your true place. You lean into the supreme nature of you, which is the supreme nature of reality. And from that place, from that surrender, you are carried. Fulfillment of Dharma is not possible without surrender to an intelligence that is greater than our self-perception. We may have ideas and concepts about what kind of person we are, what things we like, what is the right thing to do, what brings success, what is a successful next step, because we've seen our parents do it or we've seen other people who are successful do it. We have an idea of how we are engaging with the world around us, and we have an idea about what is right and what is wrong based on the mind's interpretations. But to live your Dharma, you have to surrender to an intelligence that is greater than that. To live your Dharma means to be in such profound devotion to the divine that your whole life becomes an offering. It means to be in such deep surrender to the divine will that every your action becomes a prayer. The river of Dharma never ceases to flow. It never stops. You surrender into it and you're being carried, and this river, it's alive. And therefore it's impossible to grasp the concept of Dharma. We can only experience it and then express an embodiment of it. And the reality is that you feel when people are in their right place. You feel when people are doing what their soul has come to do here. You feel it. You feel it. We don't even need to use any spiritual concepts. You feel it. These people may never identify as spiritual. They may never even consider that they are doing something spiritual. They simply are in such intimate connection with their soul and in such listening to the truth within that they end up in the right place. And the beauty is that they exude a sense of naturalness and ease. Think of the people you've seen in that space. Think of yourself when you felt yourself in that space of naturalness, on the space of being carried through life, in the space of flow, in the space of deep sense of peace on the inside. Think about the time when that happened to you. If you've tasted that, you cannot forget this taste. It gets even better than that. The river of Dharma inevitably leads us into the ocean of God. This river carries us back home to the source, the origin and the destination of all human beings, source and destination of all living beings. To understand and to master your own unique service to love, your own unique service to the Supreme, is what brings a profound fulfillment. This is what brings a sense of sacredness to the entire life. this is what makes you feel that you are really living within your soul. Once you're in, there's no turning back. It's a lifelong promise to experience and express the fullness of the potential of your incarnation. Think about this. The fullness of the potential of your incarnation, of the reason why you came here, of the reason why your soul has chosen to come down here into this human realm and incarnate. I am deeply passionate about this because when I was kissed by my Dharma, it was something unlike anything else I've experienced. It was greater than any great pleasure, any great ecstatic moment of joy, of awe. It was something that I could not unsee. I could not untaste. My whole life had to change because of that. At the time, I was happily married in a very good, stable marriage that many people looked up to. At the time, I was walking the path of Dharma. I was taking the steps on the path. I didn't know that I was doing that. I was just taking a step at a time, doing something that felt right. And yet, when that recognition of Dharma came, when that sense that my life is my offering to God, that my life is my way to pray, it's my way to commune with that which is the supreme nature, which is the supreme essence of my soul. This surrender, because I could not do anything but surrender to that. And from this surrender, I had to make decisions, take choices which did not make sense to my mind. They did not make sense to my mind. They didn't make sense to any other minds around me. But this surrender to my Dharma was exactly what filled my life with meaning. Filled my life with meaning that I had never thought it could have. So this is about Dharma. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it resonated with you deeply, please send me a message on Instagram or send me an email. Express what that means to you. Have you experienced something like this? Have these words stirred up something inside of you? I would love to know. And I'm inviting people onto the journey where they come into profound intimacy with their Dharma. I'm inviting people into my leadership trainings. There's a training called In Service to Love, which is taking place online. And then it's followed by in-person training, Surrendered Leadership. This whole journey is about that. This whole journey is about plugging into the Dharma and surrendering and learning what it means to be carried from deep within. And if this is touching your heart, if this is stirring up a string in your soul, reach out, message me, send us an email, communicate about this, inquire. There's an amazing work that I'm doing with my students right now, and I would love to have you as part of this community. Thank you so much for being here.